I need six figures in order to start scaling. And it's a very interesting experience because I always thought to myself, okay, I can do it without people giving me money externally. But now I figured it's better if I raise money. And it's a very
You need to go to Shark Tank, man. Do you know Shark Tank?
Of course, I know Shark Tank. Yeah, I just applied to Die Höhle der Löwen, like the German version of it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow! That's amazing. How it's
yeah.
called again? The Löwe der what?
Die Höhle der Löwen.
Die Höhle der. So it's the cave of the lion.
Yes, yes, right.
So when is your episode airing?
I mean, I applied to it. I hope they will accept me, but I'm certain they will accept me. So I will keep you updated. I will share it with you if I go on live television. That would be really, really inspiring, because I mean, after all, sure, my life vision has changed in the sense that I wanted to become a psychotherapist, and now in like 10 years, I would say no. I still want to manage my companies and invest in young mental health startups because I have a good support system around me. But I think a lot of people that are trying to build the company, they don't come from a wealthy background or supportive family or whatever. And there's just a very big difference in how much support people can get when building a company. And I think this is something that no one really ever talks about in the startup world, because it is not something glamorous or something you can brag about. Like a lot of company founders in the beginning were supported by their families, and some company founders, they come from really, really, really wealthy backgrounds. So essentially their parents financed them all the way through. And I think no company founder ever brings it up in their, at least the ones that became successful, writes it down in their personal story, because they think it's going to downplay their successes. But really, at the end of the day, you figure, okay, it's a game with unequal opportunities. And in order to equalize the playing field, it's just important to invest more money into startups, because then you can even out the factor that just people come from unequal backgrounds.
Yes, yes, no, you're completely right. While we were talking, I just remembered. I think Taylor Swift, she also comes from a rich background. Like her parents or her family just gave her a bunch of money to give a push in her career. Doesn't mean like she doesn't need to be talented. I won't go into that, but it does help. It does help. Having money does help to push whatever you're trying to push forward. You're just gonna be able to market more. There's gonna be more eyeballs looking at it. It's just a thing. And I had Dr. Hutchison here on the podcast the other day. He's really into studying athletes at the Olympics and what they need in order to perform better. And he said, at the end of the day, as clear as day, he said, at the end of the day, the better athletes, they all have one thing in common, and that's money, 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 money. When you have more money, you have better equipment to train. You have everything better. It's like you have uh, better food, you have better therapists and doctors. So it does really play a role, and people, I mean, shouldn't be ashamed of looking for investors. It's a thing. It's like it's part of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, it's part of the game, and I can just yeah, try to speak out a lot of courage to anyone that is going to go that route. And I think some people that are starting with that journey that think, okay, I need a six-figure sum in order to build my business, it just sounds so enormous. But when you actually think about, okay, one is trying to build a company that is going to feed,
Yeah.
to begin with, maybe 3 families and children. I mean, $500,000 will go through very fast if you are only paying the salary and then also doing some marketing campaigns. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just really inspired to go that route, to become an investor long term, because I think that, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why the Silicon Valley is so successful. And there are a lot of smart people, but it's also about the concentration of capital. Because if you compare Germany to the US, in the US in general, there is 8 times more capital invested into startups per person than in Germany.
Wow.
And in Germany, we have the second highest social